Hi class, welcome to session 2 unit 6, employee pay systems. At the end of the session, we should be able to define a pay system. We should be able to identify the difference between a pay system and a pay structure with reference to what we learned in session 1. We should be able to differentiate between a salary and wage. Employees should reward individuals by the criteria which reflects employee value to the organization. Wage as a pay system. A pay is a payment to an employee on hourly or daily basis in return for work done. So when you are being paid on an hourly or daily basis in an organization for what you've done in the organization, it is called a pay. An employee who receives this type of remuneration is a wage earner. So if you are being given a pay, you are a wage earner. Traditional systems of wage include the piece rate and the time rate. The piece rate is when employees are being paid based on the number of units an employee produces. So based on your productivity, based on your output, you are being paid a particular remuneration. The higher the outputs, the higher the rates you are being paid in an organization. So the higher you produce, the higher you are being paid. If you are producing less, you are going to receive less pay. Time rate or flat rate. That is an agreed payment for employees based on the duration of work. So how long you work in the organization determines how much you are paid. So you are going to be paid based on an hourly basis in an organization. We have conditions for a pay rate system, the piece rate system, and the time or flat rate system. So the conditions for the piece rate system include short job cycle. Mostly your employment is for a job cycle, which is very short. So maybe you are producing a construction work where you need to produce 100 blocks of 100 blocks. So this 100 blocks for building is for a short period. In probably a month or a week, you should be able to finish producing this. So based on the output, if one day you produce one, you are going to be paid based on the one output that you were able to deliver. We have output is controlled by individual, employee, or group. The output that you contribute to the organizational goal is based on the individual's factors. Whatever you do to achieve your daily output is up to you. Nobody has an influence on that. High manual content. There is a high manual content in this type of work. You need to follow a particular procedure to be able to deliver on your expectations. There is a marked fluctuation in material supply. Because it's a short period of time, they are going to mark down the material supply and know that this is how much you need to finish a particular work. So there's going to be a markdown fluctuation in market supply. It is reasonably stable in the industrial relation. Most industrial or factories use this type of piece rate pay system. The time rate pay system. The output is not controlled by the employee because you are supposed to work in a particular number of hours. If you can produce 100 in 4 hours, but you're supposed to work in 8 hours, you are going to spread it over across the 8 hours. So it's not controlled by you. Frequent design changes and modification. There are going to be frequent training programs, developmental programs, which is going to change your design and modify it to achieve the organizational achieve goals as and when necessary. There's frequent interruptions to workflow. You may never know, as an administrator who is being paid on an hourly basis or based on the duration of work, may be distracted to go and do something else out of his scope or even in line with his scope, but that is not related to what he or she is doing at a point in time. There's a clear standard of performance. We're able to assess how you are progressing as time goes on, and there is effective supervision. You are duly supervised by someone higher than you so that you are able to achieve organizational goals. Salary as a pay system. Employees who are normally paid on monthly basis are described as salaried workers. So the wage workers are being paid on a daily or hourly basis, while salary workers are being paid on a monthly basis. Personal approaches for salary scale. We have the fixed incremental system and the variable incremental system of salary. The first incremental system is when increment in your salary is made within a job position and is done by year salary increase. So at a job position in grade A, assuming I'm an administrator in grade A, I'm going to be given an increment, and it's going to be done year by year at a proportion based on my yearly satisfactory performance. So it's a fixed year by year increase, maybe at a proportion based on how I've been able to perform in a year. The variable incremental system, it allows for an element of discretion in determining the level and speed of salary increase. Employees are rewarded with equality and right, how much they are due. So here, if you've gone the extra mile, probably you've done overtime, your increase in salary is going to be variable based on equality. It's going to be equal, and the right to what be paid, how well you've worked in the organization. It is mostly difficult to justify because if someone did satisfactory well this year or this month and you want to give the person an increase, how are you going to justify it to other employees that this person worked better than you because the output was better? So I'm going to increase the salary. So it's quite difficult to justify. We've come to the end of the session. I believe we've learned what a pay system is. We've also learned that there is a difference between salary and wage. Salary is people paid on monthly basis, a wage is a daily or hourly basis payment for employees. We've learned the difference between a pay system and a pay structure. We've identified the conditions of wage and salary pay systems. Thank you. See you in the next session.